And we are live. Hello, and thanks for tuning in. This is the SuperBoss Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Harrison Ngo, and I'm joined by Ian Eatwell and Luc Tran.
What's up?
But if you're a new listener, we talk about anything that ranges from movies, comics, to video games, and honestly, it's whatever. We just like talking to each other.
Whatever.
I just miss you boys. That's really it. Even though we can easily just get
we talk all the time.
Point. That's not the point here, though, because you can watch every episode on YouTube.com or listen to it as a podcast by searching up SuperBoss Podcast on your service of choice. That was good. I felt good. That was
the plug.
A plug. But yeah, just sit back and relax as we delve into the fantastical week of Luc Tran.
Dude, I heard the best news I think I've heard in 2 months today. And do you know what it is, Harrison?
Is it what I think it is?
Tell me what you think it is.
Is it the impossible that happened? Is it something that for once they actually dropped something cool? Just kidding.
No, what did you think?
I thought is it Super Smash related?
Oh no, I don't care.
Oh yeah.
Even better.
I know about it. For once, I know about it.
Today that our co-host Ian Eatwell started reading Worm again. My heart just grew 10 sizes today.
I see priorities right now.
I'm glad that someone is reading Worm. The Sora announcement was pretty cool, though. Still salty that it's not Dark Souls because they,
I
debated because the way that fire was like, oh, that's like a bonfire. Completely, he's gonna pull out the coiled sword. And it's gonna be Solaire. Everybody rejoices, and it's Sora, which is cool, I guess.
Sora.
If anything, it's
pretty over Kingdom Hearts, so
yeah.
He looks fun to play, but I'm over it. I think if they had given him different Keyblades based on his different skins, I'd be more interested. But it's just the most. It's not even the iconic Keyblade at this point. I feel like it's the
Is it not?
Is it not?
I mean, it's technically the poster Keyblade, but there's that one Keyblade that I think Mickey uses.
But
I don't remember what it's called, but it's blue and then a stars on it. It's kind of wiggly, and it's also featured on the when Sora goes into Wisdom form. That's usually the one that's featured.
Yeah.
And so if they had given him that Keyblade for that, and then because they had a Valor skin, if they had used, I don't know, Oblivion and Oathkeeper, since that's the premier dual wielding form, I think that'd be awesome. Yeah. But I'm not the multi-billion industry Nintendo game dev who makes cool ideas, so what do I know?
Yeah, I'm sure it's all legalities though. Anything extra, this is probably the most they could do without I've seen so many memes how Disney's every time they brought up something, Sakura's oh, what if I do this? Nah.
Yeah.
This was actually the thing that's been happening for the last 3 years, and Sora could have been the first.
Wow.
It's funny. I don't think I have any characters from that fight pass, but
yeah, I know my friends wants to get it. Now that they dropped Sora, everyone's a lot of people in my group are flipping out. If anything, I will say because I'm really bad at because my friends are pretty good in that they follow pro play, and I realize I'm just a filthy casual, which is fine because at the end of the day, because apparently Sora 1 is super beginner friendly. I'm oh, perfect, great, I'll have fun. But also if you really think about it, I don't think we'll ever get a roster like this ever. In a lot of fighting games.
The
that
fact
one
that
nice
it's
cameo.
So many crossovers is
yeah,
that's a Smash thing.
I never thought about how this was Smash in the last 3-4 years has just been an event of you see that
and
they're joining the battle.
It probably helps that Smash is the most kid friendly because you're not gonna have. There is no way Disney wants to touch Mortal Kombat ever.
No.
So Mortal Kombat gets Spawn, and I don't know what other crossover characters they've had, but
yeah. I mean, yeah.
Well, he's got zebra stripe pants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. Cool character. Really don't care.
Going back.
You should reworm.
Yeah.
The end of the year is in 2 months. Cough, cough. Someone who said they'd read Worm by the end of the year.
the like stare into distance and realize the time is passing by.
Yeah, it's almost 2022.
Really did, though.
That's
I just realized like it's October, and I'm like 2 months. What are you? Oh no.
I think I've done what I'm pretty sure almost everybody else has done who follows the Netflix like Gestalt hive mind. But I started watching Squid Game.
You watched it too?
I'm whelmed.
I haven't watched it, but that's all I hear. You know,
I've seen those kind of TV shows before.
Yeah,
and I really don't see what makes it so interesting. I think part of the big sell is I think a lot of like models played as like characters, so maybe, but yeah,
like a lot of high profile Korean actors I believe were in this. I also am in the same camp as you. Like I heard a lot of people that I talked to, they're like, it's a fun watch, but it's like also like, haven't we done this before? Like it's like one of those, we've seen something like this before, and I think
it's just like it's just a genre I think people enjoy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
because I mean it's like an isekai genre or isekai anime where like people watch it though, and then some people are like, no, this is like this. I like this.
I love how you always somehow bring it back to that, and I'm like,
because I'm just gonna rag on it because it's like it's the easiest thing I think.
It is the easiest thing, yeah.
Unless I mentioned like a shonen, it's like shonen and isekai. I think everybody has heard of, at least in terms of like an anime aspect. So
yeah,
but otherwise, huh?
So you watched that? Yeah,
we're not done yet. I think I've seen 3 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
And so
the memes from it though are pretty.
Yeah, I was gonna say the memes are pretty good. Memes are pretty good.
Memes are pretty good. I love it.
Otherwise, I watch people play New World, and I have an opinion on New World, so that's that. That's how I make my opinions now. I just watch and like, yep, this is a game. I like these things. I don't like these things. It's been, well, have you watched any New World? Or you've been playing Halo mainly, so I don't know.
But I've caught up on some. I watched it when people were playing the beta at least more often than not, and at least the general consensus I got from the people I watched are like, it's pretty much the beta because the beta was like just testing servers almost. So you kind of get what you. I'm sure our editor could talk more into it because he's playing it. None of us are playing it, right? None of us are playing, right? Like Ian, you're not playing it.
I'm not playing it right now.
I almost got it. There are some people that got it, and I was very surprised. And you probably know who I'm talking. One of our friends like popped on at one point, and he barely plays games. And then I saw like he's playing New World. I was like,
wait,
him too? Wow.
You mean Garrett?
Yeah, but. A lot of random people. I'm like,
which is crazy because I think just yesterday they announced Group Iron Man for RuneScape, which is a thing we were all waiting for.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they did?
Yeah. It was weird because I mean they announced Group Iron Man a while ago. They had to do like multiple polls to get it in, and they just dropped it yesterday. And then I saw a bunch of people playing RuneScape on Twitch.
That's why there's a blow up. That makes more sense.
It's pretty cool. It's not nearly as restrictive as I thought. Because so the way it works is you can have up to 5 people in your group.
Yeah.
And like you have your own bank space, and then you have like a collective bank, and it's basically just RuneScape, just hyper focused because you can trade with each other. You guys get each other's drops. It's just you can't trade with other players. And this is a standard Iron Man rule. If someone who is not an Iron Man hits or does damage to anything you're fighting, it'll automatically disclude you from getting any drops. So it's not like outsiders helping you.
Right.
But you can actually move between groups, which I thought was really interesting. Like you can disband, you can join others, and yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's just
so it's not like that. Oh, okay, that makes sense.
It's whenever you start a group, as long like if you keep within your original group, you keep prestige, which is like it's just a shiny emblem.
Right.
But it's like, I don't want to lose my shiny emblem. So it's like it's a stupid incentive that'll hopefully keep you together, but it's gonna work.
Yeah.
And then I didn't expect this. They actually have hardcore group Iron Man. Oh. And so if you do a hardcore Iron Man group, you have as many lives as there are number of people in the group. So if you have 5 people in your group, you get 5 lives. Gotcha. And so once you lose those lives, like your characters don't get deleted, but you lose your hardcore Iron Man status. And it's also more strict because it's if someone leaves the group, that takes away a life.
Okay.
And even certain things like dueling. Like if you go to the dueling arena and you die, you lose a life. Like the only safe thing you can play like Castle Wars. That's the only safe death you can have. But it makes it like actually kind of meaningful if you have an idiot in your group because like don't waste our lives. So I thought that was pretty cool. I know we have a few people in our group who want to check it out at least. So
yeah,
it's probably gonna happen at some point. Although I'm still playing Final Fantasy, so who knows when I'll get on.
You're in Shadowbringers, right? Are you close to finish? Are you like?
I'm still like halfway, but I got halfway. I think 3 weeks ago, and then I stopped I was supposed to level my paladin.
Oh, that's
and instead I was like, you know what would be even better if I make my relic instead, which gives no XP and takes forever. So I'm just not going to level my paladin, basically. And like I got some levels. Like when I started, my paladin was 55. My paladin is 66 now. But I've gotten really late because I basically don't do dailies. Almost all of those levels have been from me just working on my relic stuff.
Dang.
It's all good. You got like what? Almost 2 months?
I have a month. And Walker's November.
Yeah. 23rd.
It's about 2 though. Yeah, it's like
is it 20? Okay.
Yeah, it's like end of November. It's like Thanksgiving week.
I have a decent amount of time then. It's just if I'm gonna be really dumb, I make my Heavensward relic too. But I think I'm gonna do my Realm Reborn relic, get through all of Shadowbringers, then I can do all the stupid stuff I want to do. That's the smart thing.
That's but no, you should get.
What will you enjoy the most?
Fashion is way more important.
Exactly.
Unless. Were you gonna say something, Harrison?
No.
Okay. Is there anything new or interesting in my life besides that? No, just doing tabletop stuff.
Okay.
Which here I'm gonna dangle the carrot in front of you too, Harrison. It's not gonna work because you don't like. Do you like carrots?
I like carrots. Yeah.
What?
Okay. So I'm making like I'm doing a tabletop thing that's an offshoot of Worm. So if you finish all of Worm, I'll let you play. But if you don't, then you don't get to play. That's
forevermore you'd be like you'll just rub that in my face.
Yeah, it's like read Worm. You're just like, I don't care, dog.
It's not that I don't care. There's a lot of stuff going on. So there's a lot.
That's more important than Worm? I don't think so. I do not think so.
We don't.
Anyway, Ian, what have you been up to?
Dude, I've been doing a lot of Star Wars stuff recently.
I was gonna say, I saw you on what is it called all of a sudden?
Fallen Order.
Fallen Order? Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
I
started playing that.
I was like, why?
Wait, what?
I wanted to say KOTOR for some reason because that was the most recent thing.
I wish. Isn't that getting like ported? What's happening with that release?
It's going to get a remake.
It's a remake.
Yeah. Sick. I'm excited. Anyways, started playing Fallen Order. Not very far, but so far it's fun. Lightsaber customization, so that's exciting.
Cool. Big plus.
Yeah, big. I think you got me that. Right?
Yeah,
Harrison. You got me like, I guess the version that has like DLC or that's like the best version or whatever, because I could already have like 2 other. Like
I think that's the standard because I got the standard one too, and I got like the 2 like whatever
like 3 options.
Yeah, I have
like
3 options already.
Yeah. Okay.
So
I thought it was like different because it like said like
it had something and
some text. I don't know. It's not important.
Well, I didn't buy my copy either, so I actually don't know. So just kidding. Mine was also a gift, so now I don't know. So maybe it's not standard. Who knows? But
yeah. So I was playing that.
How you liking it?
How
you liking it?
It's fun so far. It's nice. It's like there's like a lot of similarities to Dark Souls. But it's also much more forgiving.
Yeah.
Or just like easier, just because Jedi can reflect bullets and
but you feel so badass when you do
that.
But you feel so badass when that happens.
Oh yeah, it's definitely not a bad thing. It's great. Because I still like run into like some small little arena where there's this random like frog toad monster that just one-shots me, so it's great.
The moment you said random arena, I was like, it's the frog. It's the freaking frog.
The fucking frog.
I need to finish that. I took a break.
Where'd you stop?
From it.
Actually, don't tell me.
I was going to tell you.
You stopped.
I was going to say, you're not that far. I would assume.
Yeah. No, I'm not that far. But it's cute. You get like a cute little is it B?
The little droid.
B4?
It's been a while. I don't remember.
What was?
Yeah, you get like a little droid partner though, right?
I bet you our editor's like screaming.
Something like that. That's what I live for. If I'm not making our editor scream on the other side, then I'm not doing my job right. And the other Star Wars thing I did was I've watched 2 episodes of Visions. And that is so sick.
I heard
every episode is a different studio, right? Is that how they did it?
Yeah.
By the way, BD1.
Thank you, BD1. BD stands for Bad
Bus and Droid.
That droid be bust.
Bussin'.
But yeah, Star Wars Visions, super good. I didn't like the second episode as much, just like storyline wise.
Is it episodic?
It is like each. Okay. So like each episode is like a different studio, and like the story is not the story.
So it's not all by Studio Trigger.
No,
I don't.
Okay,
think so.
that's what I thought.
It's like multiple studios.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah, it's super cool. Different studios, no through line story. It's all just like different looks into like the Star Wars universe, I guess, from their thing. The first episode's like such a good start, though.
Yeah,
like I want to. It's just like a very unique animation style. And the how do I want to say this? The story or the like world building without like saying anything, just like showing you is really good. Like after the first episode, I was like, I just want a series about that. Like, just that. I have so many questions about what's happening there. So yeah, it's pretty great. It's fun. I'm assuming it's. I was gonna say I'm assuming it's like if you liked but no, that never mind. Ignore what I'm saying.
If you like lightsabers, you got it.
Yeah.
If you like Star Wars, check it out.
Yeah. Essentially, it's on my list. Like, I actually just straight up forgot about it until like you mentioned it just now, because I kept thinking it was not out yet. But
yeah,
I do remember seeing.
I feel like the marketing was very small on it.
It's kind of unfortunate because I feel like I remember seeing the big like drop about it, and then that's it. So
yeah.
Or maybe I'm not.
I guess it's true. It's just kind of like the big trailer, and then it kind of disappeared.
I wonder if it's just because like in a Western audience they just didn't vibe well. It's like it looks like it's a kid's cartoon.
Yeah, and some people like there's some people that like hate on it. I was reading some people on Twitter Twitter. Mm-hmm. So people, they're hating on it for the stupidest reasons too. It's like, oh, get your samurai stuff out of my Star Wars. I was like, bro, do you not know that? Hold up. He's like, he's like claiming to be like a huge Star Wars fan and all. I was like, and everyone's like, bro, it is kind of based off samurais. You dumb, you dumb idiot. So
you dumb. Yeah, that's Twitter for you.
Will get me out. Why am I on here? Because Facebook died for like a day.
Yeah, that was a big thing.
That was weird. I didn't even know until like our friend mentioned it. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it happened, and I'm just like, it doesn't affect me.
Yeah, it really didn't. I was like, oh, okay.
But yeah, what else?
What else?
I don't think that's those are like the big things.
Big good things.
Since we're like, it's like a couple weeks between episodes, so I have seen Shang-Chi again.
You guys see it a second time? Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was good. Something I want to add to, you have to go back and listen to our episode about that to see our thoughts on that. But something I want to add is the sister, who plays the sister, the best. Like, the sister, the best character in that movie, and also the best actress. I was like, if you watch her facial reactions to things that are happening throughout the movie, it's the funniest shit in the world. It's great. She's very good at like saying everything she needs to with an expression.
Okay. Now I get what you mean. I was like, what do you mean? Oh, okay, gotcha. I watched more of their like interview stuff, and they're just hilarious. They're just hilarious. Really? It is great. Yeah, I think she's really funny in interviews. Or unexpectedly, I guess, if anything. But
I haven't seen interviews. I need to check some of those out.
There's also like most of it's focused on Simu, but that's
true. Yeah. Yeah, that's like the big stuff that I've started this week. Worm. Yeah.
Worm.
The biggest thing. Let's just end it right now. We'll end it.
I forgot like where I left off. I'm like more than halfway done in terms of like arcs, which is how it's like broken up.
I just know I'm pulling the typical Harrison move and stopping at the worst possible point.
Mm-hmm.
I already have this like idea. Maybe I should read to find out.
Imagine reading
that would make sense
to find out.
That's the most logical one, right? I don't remember where I am. I should probably check that first.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Thank you. Excuse me.
Feels bad.
Harrison. Speaking of Harrison things, what have you been doing?
I feel like for once I've done a lot. Like out of all our episodes, I'm like, wait, I've done so much. It's actually weird. Like in the past couple weeks.
It's a first for everything.
It's a first for everything. It's weird. I'm hosting and I've actually done stuff. Yes, Ian.
No, one.
Oh.
I was ready.
For one, I actually was this last episode where I was like, wow, we were talking about the PS5. That'd be hilarious because no one has a PS. I finally spoiled one.
He got a PS5.
He got one.
I got one. It was, the story is essentially GameStop does this thing where they have pro memberships. If you have a pro membership, that whole thing that we've talked about for like people have had it for years. It was like $15 for a whole year. I'm like, okay, sure, why not? I'm like, freaking why not? And so that morning I'm a part of Discords that kind of give me notifications of like when there's possibly drops. And that entire week it was like Best Buy had drops, Target had drops, like everywhere had drops. I was like, wow. And I'm like, oh, GameStop's gonna have one. I'm like, okay, why not? I'll just sign up for this, and maybe whenever it happens, it happens. So I signed up that morning, not knowing that same day it was gonna drop. So I was also training someone at work, and I just had it on the side.
Oh no.
So I'm like running through stuff, processes and all that, and I'm like, okay, cool. I'm just gonna refresh, click, do all this stuff. I was like, just observe and just make sure everything's going well at work. Now all of a sudden I look over, I was like, oh, of course, a couple fails, and it finally once it was like payment screen. I'm like, okay, sure, why not? It's gonna go out of my cart anyway, whatever. Click. Order's been received. You'll receive an email in like a couple minutes. I was like, I couldn't react at all because I'm training someone on video. So I had to sit there. I'm like,
just inner sweats.
Those listening, I'm like trying to like hold like the biggest giddy smile I could, but also like the biggest jaw drop I almost dropped because I was like, this just happened. And I was like waiting for the email. I'm like, all right, I got the email. This is fake. All right, it's gonna give me like some cancellation thing later. Lo and behold, I get it. And I was like, this is weird. This is what? And Luke's reaction in the chat, I was like, how'd you get one? So
the biggest
that's one way to. I mean, it's also kind of cool that I think stores and like companies are trying to figure out a way to combat like scalpers and all that, because you have to get and like this one was weird because like the Discord was explaining how to not get banned from the site. I was like, you can get banned from games, like as in like you didn't want to you have to refresh at a certain rate. You didn't want to do certain things because it's trying to combat like bots and stuff. You have to like without like refreshing so much. It's okay, banned. Yeah. So I didn't want to test it out. So obviously I was just like, cool. I'll just But finally got one. I thought I had at least one PS5 game, as in like Final Fantasy VII. I thought I prepped for that. I was like, all right, cool. I'll have one, then I'll figure out what to get next. Not the case, because I got the discless version. I had to have it. It's not. Do you guys remember how like I don't know if you guys had to run through this, but like what PS3 to PS4, you can transfer whatever games from PS3 to 4, but you have the disc to play it. At the time, that was fine because everyone just had discs.
Right.
I got a discless version thinking, oh, I can put the disc in my brother's PS5, claim the copy, and it would have been fine. Not the case. You have to prove they still own it. Which makes sense. It makes sense. And I obviously, little brain me, monkey brain me didn't think about that like months ago.
DRM all over again.
Yeah.
Dude, he's just too excited about getting the PS5, man.
I was, yeah. But I'm going to wait till Black Friday till I actually look into some... Because, dude, games? $70 now.
All of them?
The newer ones.
Wow.
Like
what a clown world we live in.
And I was like, damn, do you remember when it used to be like... I think when we bought games more often, it was like $50, right? For like that gen. But I remember before that, apparently even my parents were like, they went for like $30, $40, like Nintendo 64. I was like, oh.
Yeah, I think it was 30 or 40 when we were kids.
Yeah, and then it just increased like, each generation.
Yeah, I mainly remember $60 games.
Yeah. Yes.
What I'm used to, at least. Yeah.
I'm used to 60. And then now, like, I've seen the price. I was like, $70? What? Now I'm like, I'm a working adult, but I still feel like, you know, like when you're a kid, you're like trying to justify which game to get, right? I'm like, I'm still doing that now. But also, it's like time investment, right? So, but the nice part was I was going to get Ghost, but my roommate actually already has Ghost on PS4. So I've been playing that. So I've been syncing at Luke. I know you.
So that's what you've been playing.
I know
on
you were
PS5?
waiting. I've been playing that on my PS5. Yeah, so you can.
Nice.
So it's backwards compatible. You can play PS4 games on your PS5. So that's the nice part. So anything in my library, cool. And they gave me credit to buy new games, so I'm kind of waiting just to debate. Because I got a bundle. So that was another thing. I got a bundle for the PS5. So give all this stuff.
Nice.
But Ghost. So yes, that's one. Two, I've been playing. Dude, Ghost is beautiful. Like, it is so good. Ghost
of Tsushima, by the way.
Ghost of Tsushima. Sorry, yes. It's when I popped that game up, I was like, damn, this is already so cool. The combat's really cool. Oh, there are things that I forgot about this game, like looking into it, like, they gave trailers explaining some things. I forget like there's no like map marker. You use like the wind, but you swipe up on the PS4 controller. So you just do that to like
super clean.
Armors are cool, and you upgrade them to evolve it, but obviously mismatch. The color contrast in the map, just everything is just chef's kiss. Like beautiful. It's been a while, and I stayed up for where I've had a game where I just stay up till like 3 a.m. and I regret it. God. Not really.
That's what I'm looking for.
Oh, it's just the lighting, everything, just the movement, the combat. It just feels so good, and it's just
that I think is like the biggest thing that will take like a game to like graphically the next level is if the lighting is good. That's like the biggest like in your face thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I know like this has an upgrade option.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think my roommate can technically upgrade it, but I told him not to because I'm like I don't want him to like pay for something that he won't have access to later. I don't think that's fair. Like ironically, when me and Ian live together, we have some games that are on my PS4 technically, and it's linked to my account, even though I told Ian to link it to his account, but he just didn't. Exactly. Man. I was like, dang it. But that's not even a big deal now because they're trying to port that. Anyway, it's such a good game. Just the opening when you finish the area and you just start writing out the title screen. I almost had a tear in my eye. I was like, this is
it's like this game, Spider-Man, and Horizon are the games I'm really wanting to play on PS5.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Harrison,
so
let me ask you. You have the PS5. What kind of TV do you have?
I have a 4K TV.
Oh, you do? All right, never.
But do you have an 8K TV?
No, I see all that on the
upgrades,
box, and I was like,
upgrades.
It's time to get an 8K. I saw that. I was like, I forgot this number existed because I'm not even at that level.
You're gonna realize, I need to upgrade my TV, and then we'll be like, get a projector.
Get a projector.
Projector is the next step.
I know they have 4K projectors, which is actually insane. I was like, that's so cool. But 8K is essentially right now you have to like get like what? 4 screens? I forgot. Like, you have to get multiple 4K.
8K is a myth. It doesn't matter for me. Like
it's all a myth. It's just
I can see 4K and I can like I can appreciate 4K. 8K is just a magic number to me. It doesn't matter.
Oh, dude,
it's not real to me.
I have an astigmatism. We're past that. I haven't been able to tell a difference since like 1080, dude, or 720. I can't tell.
I think that just means you need a new prescription.
720 is not even HD anymore. They've taken off HD off that.
720 looks like garbage.
It's so funny.
It's so funny. Because there'll be like some streams on Twitch, they max out at 720.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, why? Visceral disgust.
It's crazy.
Such a stupid elitist thing. I remember, I think it was on Justin TV. I think the max you get was like 480. And that was wild.
Yeah. That was already crazy. And I think 360 or 480 or something. Was
like 360, 480 was the number. I don't think people did 720 back on Justin TV.
Yeah. But
what a world we live in.
And here we are talking about like
8K graphic, which I mean, some people just really dig it.
Yeah, I mean, if you're into it, go for it. But anyway, Ghost really good. And then, in this past couple weekends, I've been juggling that with Halo. So I've been able to get. I got into the Halo.
At what point are we gonna get to like? Sorry, I know. At what point are we gonna get to like
the future
light particles? Like that's the resolution is just light particle. You know what I mean?
Like augmented reality, or
yeah, like
yeah, basically. I guess it's basically it. Yeah. All right, never mind. Keep going. Sorry, what were you saying?
Well, now I'm confused. Hold on.
Deep thoughts. Never mind. Just ignore it. Deep thoughts.
Soon, Ian. Soon. You get to live your Sword Art Online dreams. Don't worry about it. SAO dreams. Luke gets to finally shit on Isekai in the real life. And walk in and it's like, this is
trash. These graphics are awful. That'll be me.
VR chat, essentially.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
God, VR chat's a nightmare.
No, that's a nightmare. Never. But yeah, Halo Infinite multiplayer.
What's that song? Sweet Dream or Beautiful Nightmare. Sorry, I'm doing it again. Halo Infinite.
Are you okay, man?
I have a short circuit. But I want to hear about this multiplayer because I didn't get the flight, so.
Did you even sign up for it? I think that's the big thing. Yeah. But no, so I got to play I watched people play squads the first week or the first flight. But this time I was like, me and a couple other guys were super excited to try it. It's one of the most fun I've had like with an FPS. Like just messing around. I didn't care what was going on. It felt nostalgic. It felt new and nostalgic at the same time. Like it was one of those, like, I think playing BTB was one of those. You had random moments where you just felt so cool, like grappling on this. Oh, grapple. It's really good. I was like, wait, this grapple is like cool concept.
Do people actually grapple weapons to them? Or is it mainly like a, can you even do that?
I think I've not many people do it because more people are more because the thing is, it is a limited, like you have a limited that they have to. To me, it's a good balance in that like, you can't just do it all. I know one of our friends just wants it all the time. We could probably do that in Forge, but they balance it in that like it's equipment, right? So you have X amount of charges. I think it was like 4, so you have to kind of choose when to grapple, and it's kind of like there's moments when you're okay, this is it. Like I know, like when we would play, we're like, oh, they just got a ghost. I'm gonna save my grapple to like just board their ghost because you can grapple onto vehicles, and that's instead of like waiting for them to like possibly run you over, but you can just grab. I think it's a little bit too easy. The more I did it, because it kind of made because vehicles in BTB it was fun, but it felt like it was easy to kill. It didn't. It was scary for a bit, and you're like, oh wait, let me just shoot it down. So I think they need to buff vehicles if anything. So I guess we can kind of see that. Otherwise, it was just really fun to like mess around. Like they have this mode where it's essentially just like control or domination. So you have to there's points, but for big BTB, so typically you gain points for like holding 2 zones, right? But in BTB, you score by getting all 3. So it's like you can't. I think that was my most favorite mode. Like Slayer, it's fine. You can just like brain dead, just kind of run around, kill for fun. Capture flag, I've learned I'm just bad. I'm terrible at capture flag. I'm like,
how's the map size?
So
I really only remember Destiny, and like some of them Destiny PvP maps were like slugfests, and
that's like
really all I remember.
The few that we've had, it's like a good sandbox where it's like I always feel like it's more of a squeeze because some Destiny maps are just long, for instance, and there's certain fights that you do. So all of these have been pretty balanced in that, like some of them, like it's like sectioned off where you have areas, but it feels like it's one big box, right? So you have ways to go around. It's not like, oh, you have to funnel in. There's like a lot of momentum or move. Oh my god, I can't think of a word. You can move around as much as you want, and there's ways to like. You can't just chokehold someone and force them into a corner, right?
Okay.
You can actually get around. So it's pretty balanced in that. I think it's for the first time it's like actually focused on like the sandbox versus just like, oh, here's powers. Like Destiny is like, oh, it's more power based, like gun based, and that like there's a lot of variety, but like here it's like, oh, you just you kind of play according to the map sometimes, in my opinion. But that's 4v4. They've only for BTB they only had like one big map, which I think is shown right here. That was fun. I was like, wait, this is Halo. Like, whoa. This is the most Halo that has felt in a while.
Yeah, it just makes like big, just big team all over again.
Because like Halo 5 and 4 focus more on like 4v4s. Like they focus more on like that. So it was like, because to me, Halo, the important part about Halo is not like the Call of Duty feel, right? I think having the ability to like run around, like get the vehicles are important. Like the power weapons are like fun, you know. So it's the whole. I think what's missing is like the physics, because you know how like there's certain things like the graph hammer, someone has it, but I think they need to like fix that. But man, this felt like it was going back to Halo 3. But it also feels new. Like there's nuances where it's like, oh, because there's gonna be like those hardcore fans that are like, oh, no sprint, oh, like no, like all these things. I'm like, playing this, it was refreshing. Like it feels modern without feeling too, I guess, like
it wasn't trying to copy
modern FPS. It's not trying to be like a Call of Duty game or like Battlefield.
Stay true to like the Halo.
It felt true, yes, yeah,
Halo-ness.
So. And like me, because I was willing to just like play around by myself too, but most of the time we played with like a group. But I can already see like it's one of those like it was weird to have like, oh, it's Friday night and we're all getting on Halo and we're all like whoever had it was able to like get on. We just play BTB. It was just the most
just high school all over again.
Yeah. It was fun. I was like, this is really
fun. How's the weapon diversity? Do you like it? Or because I know they have a few new weapons.
Yeah.
I just don't remember.
It is way more diverse than compared to like Halo 4, for instance. I say Halo 4 because I dropped off 5 for like years ago. Apparently like 5 years ago now. But it feels pretty diverse in that like there's a lot of guns. Like the issue with 4, for instance, or like what was it called? Promethean weapons was like it just felt redundant. It felt versus because before it was like, oh, it's just a different type of like sniper, a different type of DMR, right? But now it's like, oh, there's different shotguns, but they actually operate. It feels like they actually operate differently. Like one has the shots that are like it feels like a normal shotgun. And another one's like, oh, you can switch the spread. It could be like horizontal or like a vertical, just by like. So it's like you have options. So like whenever you see it, and then like for instance the carbine, it's now a pulse carbine, but not only it's not just like a BR though, because it has like a slight tracking. So whenever you shoot, it does follow the person. So it's not just like a straight shooter like BR, like a normal gun, but this was like it's versatile. So I think so far the guns feel very different. So it's not like you can choose one and you go, oh, I would just choose this one because it actually operates almost the same, but slightly better, right? But
everything just devolves into BR fights, I'm assuming.
Somewhat. It's weird, but like playing it though, I feel like
do they have DMR and BR, or is it just BR?
No, so I think there's only BR, but I think the DMR they changed it to, I forgot what the weapon's called all of a sudden, but it's more automatic, but it feels like you could treat it like a DMR somewhat, but it's not. Yeah, it's weird. But I think that's the other thing, because back then it was just like one of those, we had the DMR because of reach, because they're like, oh, no more BRs. But then they brought back both, and it was just like, which one do you use?
Yeah.
So I think if anything, it's nice that they just go back to BR because it's just a Halo staple, if anything, right? But it doesn't feel that way though, because actually I feel like ARs are actually very viable. Like I ended up using the AR more than the BR, if anything.
I mean, I was terrible with BR, so all I used was the AR when I was playing Halo.
But like it felt, but like I guess like back then it felt like you just used it, right? Which is fine because I did too, because I'm like, people forget that AR is actually still good. But it just felt like you weren't at a fully disadvantage to like a certain weapon. But then again, like when a power weapon does pop up, though, you're like, okay, now it's bad.
Yeah.
But there's a lot more like new weapons, and I'm sure this is only like a small pool. Apparently, they're gonna have more, and then obviously as the game grows, they're gonna add more as well. So I think Halo, this could be this. I don't want to say it, but I really do. This could be it. This could be the Halo.
It's the game changer.
But this is this is multiplayer. I'm still kind of worried about the story.
Oh, sure.
Because I think campaign is also very important. So obviously, longevity wise, if multiplayer is good, sure. But I think Halo is also known for
they've said like this is kind of the last Halo.
Yeah,
because it just goes into a live action service type thing. So
yeah,
we'll see.
I mean, there's a Tesla coil on the end of his.
Oh yeah, that's like and then like now they have like another element essentially like light. I don't remember it being a thing, but now they have like a lightning graded type deal, so it pulses. But it also acts like an EMP. Then that's the gun that like that EMPs. So you don't only have to have like the like the one
plasma
pistol, which weirdly we don't know if it's just bugged. It was bugged as beta, but it didn't like EMP any vehicle, so it was super weird. But we had like the grenade, we had like that lightning rifle or whatever. I forget names. I just remember seeing. I was like, oh okay, this one shoots lightning. But and then there's like this one equipment that's really cool. Like it's a repulsor, so you can like bounce things back. So
I saw that earlier.
Yeah. So it's like it's really funny because like I saw it on Reddit, but I tried it once too. If someone's fighting and there's like a ghost next to them, I like used it on the ghost and it like bumped into the person and it knocked them off the map.
That's great.
Or even like if someone's shooting like or throwing a grenade at you, you can use that and it'll bounce it back. So there's like a lot. Like I think equipment I think they're doing equipment right. It doesn't feel like it's it's not like a carrying skill like I have to bring in sprint or I have like shield lockers, right? It's actually like usable equipment, like Halo 3-esque.
Is it like a one-time use equipment or?
It has charge. Like I said, a lot of equipment's got charge, so it's not one time, but they have charges.
Okay.
Well, then I say that, but like for instance, the camo is a one-time use, but it's activatable. Versus, it's not like when you walk by and pick it up, you can choose when to use it.
Okay.
Right. And overshield too. Like you can hold onto it. So essentially, if someone like if you hold onto it but not use it, you actually drop it, and then the enemy can pick it up. So that's why it's like sometimes I'm like, I have overshield. Boom. Oh shoot, they got overshield.
Gotcha.
It's like that kind of thing. Yeah. So it's not like I think that's fine. I think that's cool. Makes you kind of think like when to use it. And then they have like the little shield wall thing. I think it's still kind of weak because I feel like you throw one grenade and it just goes away. Maybe they need to. I don't know. I think people were expecting like the bubble shield or something. But those are fun. See, I think that's cool. I think they need to have that, but I don't know. There's a lot of things. A lot of people. I think they could bring a lot of stuff back. Like, because for instance, they don't have the typical Magnum, and some people are like, they don't have Magnum yet. I was like, that's probably something because it's like Luke said, it's going to be live service. They'll probably be like, we're going to drop this gun. Oh shoot, it's the Magnum. Yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah, give me that Halo 1 pistol.
It's
no.
But
yes,
no. But yes, but no.
Yes,
but actually.
But actually.
But what if?
But what if? And yeah, and I had fun. It was good. I can't wait for more. I think they're gonna have another beta drop because probably one more month, and then they'll probably do it this month.
Still supposed to come out in December?
Supposed to come out in December. We'll see.
Yeah, it's like December 8th. Unless they delayed it again, because
no, it's December 8th.
I keep losing track. Okay.
Yeah. I just but you're right. I just assume every game's delayed, no matter what.
Right. Yeah.
What a world we live in where that's expected now.
Yeah. Yeah. But Halo's fun. If you guys ever feel like it, you can sign up, try it. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's still gonna be free. Like I think the cool part is gonna be free to play anyway. So we'll see. My only gripe with it is it pulls. So like how like the colors, usually you can like color each part of your armor. They're pulling the shader thing from Destiny, but only on your entire armor set. That's my one thing.
That's lame.
So
I feel like that's the mod.
You don't get to control like the secondary colors and stuff.
It's just one color on your suit.
So I guess over time they'll give cool like what was it called? I forgot, coatings or whatever. Like right now there's one that was cool that everyone had. Obviously it was just black but in a red arm. That was like the go-to for a lot of people. but then there's some that like will mix like
the edgy one.
modes. But otherwise, like it's just the color, but everything else is customizable. Like the knee pads, the like shoulders, helmet, all that stuff, faceplate, and all that. It's just the coding. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's also
like them. Like
I'm seeing it's not bad. It's not bad.
It's just before when you could customize per armor piece.
Yeah,
I think.
But yeah. You could like or no. It was just secondary.
Yeah, you had like what it was. You had 3. You had or one of them. You had 3. You had a secondary.
Yeah, some you had 3, but most of them was primary.
Yeah, because it was like your primary, your secondary, then your emblem.
Yeah, but that was my one thing. But then again, it's not even a big issue because at the end of the day, what's stopping me from just using the solid color? It's not even a big deal.
Like you talk about Halos, like it's so funny. It's the complete opposite of Ubisoft announced another game, and it's just like I don't know why they choose to do it now. It's a Ghost Recon Battle Royale.
Oh yeah,
basically. Yep. So
I
like one, it's a Battle Royale, and like everybody's doing a Battle Royale now. And then 2, it's like, what are you guys doing with Ghost Recon?
It's so sad.
It hurts me so bad. And they're already doing, I think unless it's been canceled or delayed, they were going to do like a Division Battle Royale too. So it's like, are you guys just following trends? Can you not make an original game?
No. And dude, they're just trying to, it went from unique IPs, and then now it's like, it's got to follow that Ubisoft formula.
Yeah,
which is really
sad because
really
God,
sad.
I love Ghost Recon, and then they just that IP's been butchered.
See, like I thought, I still want it. I still remember like when we did like that 4-man.
Wildlands is fun. Like I'll goof off and have fun, but I remember playing. Oh God, Advanced Warfighter.
Oh right, yeah.
When I was a kid, and I was like, "This is amazing," and never gonna recapture that feeling unless I play a potato version of that game.
Yeah. That's
even like Rainbow Six is basically dead because they have Siege now, and Siege is fun. I'd play it, but it's not like, I mean, I remember Rainbow Six as being a single player game. So
yeah, and
Angie old man yells at video games.
You're definitely not wrong on that one though, because I feel I've always just assumed Rainbow Six was it.
What do they call it? It's whatever that new Rainbow Six Siege game mode is. Looks cool, looks fun, but it's just a zombie game.
Oh,
to say you're angry about that, I'm still upset about Splinter Cell to this day.
I mean, like Splinter Cell to me is
that's
just
game butchered.
That's gone.
That's legit just dead.
Splinter Cell died after Conviction.
Feels.
And even Conviction, like I liked Conviction, but
there's Blacklist too. Did you play Blacklist?
Blacklist is not a Splinter Cell game.
Yeah. That's
just political thriller slapped on with night vision goggles.
People hated on Conviction so much, and then we got Blacklist was cool, like the idea of it, but then when you played it, you're like,
it's like
it could have.
Even then, it was like, this just feels so weird having to level up classes to unlock gear.
Man,
like if anything, Conviction was at least fun because they had those like the side mission mode.
The co-op mode was
the co-op mode. You could at least do that, and that was fun. But
that was like the most coordinated we were ever.
We can't just run in guns blazing anymore.
No, that was good fun. Damn, that was fun.
Ubisoft games are just a mess. It breaks my little heart.
Yeah, it's a down. But I also would just add, I also finished What If, and that's a fun watch. Mm-hmm. We're slightly talking about it early, like before.
Oh, it's right. I was like, wait, didn't you already mention that? But no, that was
we did it. That was like a pre-show for us
earlier.
But if anything, I can do my plug. I do a more thorough review on my other podcast, Hobo Convo. Cough.
Look at that plug.
What a plug.
NGO VO. Convo.
But
I do like What If, just because I think it's the most like popcorny of the TV shows Marvel has done. Because you don't really need to know too much.
No.
And because it's so isolated, you can just watch it and like, oh, that was a very interesting alternate take.
Yeah. Like every episode besides the last 2 were like pretty episodic, but there was a through line, but it was still like, but at the end of the day, that it wasn't even like that glaring, right? It was just,
it wasn't
fun. It was
and
throughout
it's What If like it's like that show is its own like universe. Like everything that happens in each episode is that thing.
It's
separate.
explaining the multiverse entirely, because each episode touches
on
a different
multiverse thing.
Oh, okay. All right. Got it.
I think the whole point of the show, I know, is just to get like anyone that's like watching stuff after Loki is like, all right, so here's how the multiverse works. Here's the idea
setting up the rules for us, baby.
Essentially. But there's no rules. It's just like the rules now are there's no rules.
There are no rules.
Yeah. I did like it also was just really nice because it's animated. It can do things that no other medium can, so it does have the ridiculous. Sorry,
I saw it too.
I got a funny Steam notification. But yeah, they're just cool things that show off like this is what a superhero show would be like if they weren't limited by the fleshy human body.
Yeah.
Because by like the first episode, like Captain Carter, like that's what Captain America can do. They just can't do that without live action, without blowing the budget out of the world.
Like the fighting with all that stuff, like her like jumping around. I'm like, this is technically what could happen.
Like throwing tanks and stuff. Like, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. Like you're right. There's a lot of things you can't do. Or for instance, like the Star-Lord episode, the amount of stuff going, or even my favorite one's Thor though. That episode's great because like imagine that on a budget though, having all those people. That'd be stupid.
Yeah, you just blow it on cast instead of just like your voices, or even like the big fight, the multiverse fight, where it's like, look, imagine all these effects going off in real life. That's
that'd be
not
so
happening.
Much. Or if the effects happen, it probably would look very. It's either look amazing or just look like very like
they had to cheap out because it costs too much.
Because you're doing so much.
What If is fun just to see, like a true as you can get to a comic book without just reading a comic book.
Yeah, it's a definitely like good take on any of that.
Yeah, that's my plug for it. Check it out. It's pretty cool.
Check it out. It's a fun action-packed watch with some dark episodes.
Was it like an in-house Marvel / Disney animation?
I think so. I don't remember seeing like a animation team plug. You know, usually they would plug in. I don't remember, but I think this is in-house.
Animation is kind of wonky, and it's mainly just like the way they talk and animate themselves.
Yeah. Let me see.
But because I'm comparing it to Riot has Arcane coming out soonish, and that has a really cool animation style, and that's done in house. So
I think it's in house. Yeah,
you can just like see, and that's I think just another reason why I just like anime or animation is because you can have wildly different styles versus real life. You can have cinematography styles and lighting, but a person's going to look like a person at the end of the day, and you could animate someone 20 different ways and they'd be super uniquely different.
Yeah, agreed.
But that's like I'm looking forward to Arcane, and I think we were going to do a watch parties for that because it's I want to.
What does it come out on? Is it like just on?
It's Netflix.
Netflix,
but it's doing packs, so it's like episodes 1 through 3, and the next week is 4, 5, 6 or whatever.
6. Okay.
So it's like it's enough. It's a good enough reason for people to sit down and like hang out together.
Yeah.
Because like we can't just binge it, but we can watch it.
If you guys do that, I'm totally down. I don't play League with you guys, but I love the lore stuff. I still love the world. Like that's the thing. I just don't want to play MOBA.
Ian and our other friends randomly were just playing League last night. And
I saw that. I was like,
surprised.
Dang. It's that time of the year. It's always like it's that time of the year. Get back into it for a bit. And go dark.
I think I think that's it. And also like when it's like some of the people that we don't talk to as often will like that's what they'll come back for. So it's like
I mean it's like that. Yeah. At the end of the day, I totally get it.
It is unfortunately the tried and true game.
Unfortunately.
The people who are, I guess, doing that did like they're doing the Arcane. Yeah, they've done quite a few different like animation short things. Like they did the Get Jinxed apparently.
Yeah, this is probably in-house then. I think it's right. A lot of stuff is in-house.
Oh wait, I don't.
They actually, it's called.
I think it's not in-house.
Productions. Called Fortiche Productions.
I think it's they've worked with Riot so often that I feel like they're in-house.
But... That's probably the case. You know what? That is probably the case. Yeah.
They did KDA Pop Stars. They did Rise Worlds 2018.
Oh, they did Rocket and Groot.
Huh.
Yeah, then there's just a random Rocket and Groot. Yeah.
Okay, so not in-house, but I really dig it.
Yeah. That's everything I've been up to. Now that I think about it.
What were you gonna say, Ian? Or were you gonna say?
I was just saying it's all very like different. Like they'll go from like their Get Jinxed Riot thing, and then they got like a more like cartoon Freak of the Week. Then they got like 3D animation with a gorillas thing. It's like all over the place, man. It's wild.
Hey.
Wild.
Wild.
Well, that's all I got. You guys got anything else?
Sick. I think we pretty much covered all the like new stuff I wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
I'm good.
All right. Well, if that's the case, thanks for listening. You can tweet us any topic suggestions or questions at SuperBossPod. If anything, just comment on YouTube. We get that more often. We get that faster, I feel like. But yeah, if you're on YouTube, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. But mostly, just let us know how we're doing, what you want to see, and thanks again for tuning in.
You want to see.
Bye-bye.
Bye.